Hi friends, welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build. I'm Austin, and today's video is the full-scale build of the stonework bathroom room build that I did last Saturday. So yeah, the original date for these builds tends to be on Thursday, but this build was a little bit bigger than normal, so I had to take a little extra time and, make sure everything looked right. And I'm really happy with how this house came out, and I had some amazing ideas given to me by some amazing friends of mine. So I will talk about them a little bit later in the video, so stay tuned for that. But first I do want to talk a little bit about the build. So this build is a 4-floor modern home with the bathroom from the room build located on the 3rd floor. At the time of recording, from the poll that I had set, the consensus was to make the bathroom a master bathroom, so it is attached to the master bedroom. And there are 3 other bedrooms in the build. There is a workout room, a gym, I guess, and there is also 2 kitchens, a couple more bathrooms, a bar entertainment area, a sunroom, a outdoor kind of seating area that's underground. There is quite a lot with this build, and I had so much fun doing this. So yeah, so right now there are only 3 floors, but as you can see, I am starting work on the basement level, which kind of came to me a little bit later in the build, but when I imagined it, I really kind of just saw the build really needed it. So I added it, and I'm really happy with how it came out. Now, the exterior is kind of a white or eggshell color, I guess, and there's a lot of black and white to this build. I wasn't really planning on having it in this build, for that to be the heavy color scheme, mainly because of the look of the bathroom, but based off the ideas I got from my friends, I decided that it would probably be best for this build, and then the interior can have pops of color that really kind of shine for this build. Now, the landscaping is pretty simple in this area. There is a lot of land here, and I wanted to keep it open and kind of clean because with the style of this modern home, I think it fits best. But I didn't want to have an overabundance of concrete on the ground, so there are patches of, grass and everything around. I wanted to make sure that stayed intact, and overall I'm just really happy with how this build came out. I do want to apologize if I sound a little weird right now. I did record this voiceover once before, and I was pretty happy with it, but the quality of the voiceover just wasn't great, so I have to re-record it, and I'm trying to remember what I talked about in that voiceover, so hopefully everything kind of carries on through, because I was really happy with the voiceover overall, so hopefully this one is as decent. But yeah, so there are a lot of windows in this house. It is a very bright house, and based off the recommendations I got, one being from the channel 3 Sisters Gaming, they gave me the idea to add a sunroom, which from where I live, a sunroom tends to be tacked on like after the build, like for extra space, and I know that's not the same everywhere, especially in this country as well as in other countries, and so I didn't know exactly how I want to do it, but I think the way, with it being in the back of the house and it being really well lit, and it kind of feels like it might have been added on later, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. I think expanding on the house is always good, and adding that extra kind of seating space just works out really well in this house. So I'm very thankful for 3 Sisters Gaming for very thankful to 3 Sisters Gaming for giving me that idea. I don't really work with sunrooms a lot because I'm not super familiar with them, but I'm really happy with how this looks. And if you don't know the channel 3 Sisters Gaming, it is an amazing channel filled with amazing Let's Plays as well as videos from other video games. And their commentary is just always top notch. It is so funny. I've said so much about them because their channel is really amazing, and I highly recommend you check out their videos because you will not regret it one bit. They are just amazing people, and I'm very thankful for them for watching these videos and giving me so many great ideas. And the second person and the last person to give me ideas for this build was my good friend Maggie. She gave me a couple ideas for this build. Namely, she wanted to see a sunroom, as well as she wanted this to be kind of a mansion or a modern home, or maybe even a modern mansion, which I sort of feel this kind of teeters on the term of mansion. It's not huge per se, but it is a larger home than I normally do, so I would kind of consider it a mansion. But if it's not, then that's okay. I don't know yet what I'm going to call this build. Maybe the Stonework Manor or something along those lines. And yeah, but Maggie's channel is incredible. She has been a friend of mine since I've been doing YouTube for 1.5 years, or however long this journey has been, and she just puts out incredible content. She is the nicest person, and her builds and cast videos are just so amazing. I highly recommend you check out her channel. I don't think I would still be building or I don't think I'd be making videos on YouTube if it wasn't for amazing friends like her, so I highly recommend you check out her videos because she just does such incredible builds. Now, I do want to talk about the future of this series. As you might have heard in a previous video, I was considering taking a hiatus from this series, and I don't know, maybe one of the reasons why I kind of sound a little down with this series is because, or with this video, is because I have decided to take a break from this series. It is probably one of my favorite video series that I've done on this channel, probably ever. I love doing these videos. I love room builds, and my relationship with room builds has changed so much from this series, or because of this series. When I first started this channel, I did room builds because I was uploading videos every day, and you know, room builds take less time, oddly enough, and I you know, was able to look at it and see it as sort of an advantage to get out, you know, the 7 videos a week that I was releasing. And I'd say early on the quality of those room builds was fantastic. Not to toot my own horn, but I really liked how they came out. And then as time went on, I saw the quality dip in them, and it really kind of soured me to doing room builds for a very long time. And because there was a good chunk of time where I really just did room builds to kind of have content. And when I started this series, well, I didn't even really realize I was starting a series when I did the first build, but when I did that room build again, I just fell in love with doing room builds again, and I wanted to do more, and I wanted to have, you know, you have some input and give me some, you know, ideas, and it's always been incredible. It's always been fun, and I really just am so thankful for all the ideas that were given to me past the, or, you know, from the past couple weeks. And as time went on, I realized that I think what makes the series special to me, and hopefully to you, is that it's not, you know, super recurring. So I think that's the reason why I will be taking a break from this series. There will be more videos coming out on this channel, obviously, but you know, I think taking a break is probably for the best with this series in particular, and hopefully when I come back with these builds, I will have more, you know, creative kind of rooms to help get the ideas started, because you know, with the first couple videos there was a lot of ideas I think we all had for it, and with the bathroom for this build, I think it was tough. I think the room itself didn't lend a lot, mainly because it was a bathroom. I don't think bathrooms tend to have a overarching kind of style for the rest of the house, but I think that's what kind of makes this room, or this build, so amazing, is, you know, based off of that bathroom build. You know, some amazing people were able to give me some incredible ideas, and I was able to make a build that I was really proud of, and I am really proud of this build, and I'm really thankful for everybody who's given me ideas along the way. So yeah, I really enjoyed doing the basement level. It was probably my favorite of the build. I don't know, I love it. It kind of feels like maybe an apartment space or like a grandparent's suite. It really lends for independence from the main house, though the stairs do lead straight into it, so it's not completely private, but it does kind of lend some self-sufficiency. So yeah, overall I am completely in love with this build. I was able to add the sauna in. I was able to add a bedroom and a bathroom on this basement level, and overall I'm just so happy with how this build came out. And now I do believe this video is coming out on a Saturday, so hopefully this video does come out when I say it does, but I'm not quite sure yet what's gonna come out on next Thursday and next Saturday. I do have a lot of builds that I've been doing since I've started the series that I just haven't been able to find a release date for, so hopefully those videos will get released soon. And yeah, this series will probably be back before you know it. I really loved doing it. I loved having the polls and the info card, and I really liked just kind of the communication that led to. I was able to have, I think, really intriguing conversations with people who may not have commented before on my channel, and hopefully will continue to communicate with me and give me ideas for any build, because I think that's the thing about this. If there are things you want to see in this build or wish you could have seen in this build, that might give me fuel for another video where I'm able to introduce that style choice or whatever into the build. So if there's ever something you see or an idea that you have while watching one of my builds, feel free to let me know, because I really like getting ideas like that. I think it's a great kind of communication idea sort of thing, and I really love communicating with people. It's one of the main reasons why I do YouTube. I don't really care about reaching certain milestones. When I was on hiatus, the only thing that really made me want to come back was because I missed interacting with so many amazing people, and I'm so thankful to have such a great support group here on YouTube. I want to thank Unique Simmer and all the amazing people from her Discord friend group. It's just such an amazing support group, and I'm so thankful for everybody here who's been so kind to me. I know this kind of sounds like the final video of this channel, but I swear it's not. I'm a little bit tired, I think, as I record this voiceover, so that kind of helps make me sound a little more down, I guess. But I will be back next Monday if this video does come out on Saturday, and there will be more fun videos along the way. I really hope you enjoyed Thursday's video, which was supposed to be this video, but it ended up being the random house challenge that I did, and that video was so fun to do. It was a little bit longer than usual, and the jury's still out on whether or not I will do another one for that series, but I had just so much fun doing that build, and the response to it so far has been great. I'm really always looking for input on any build I do, and especially challenge videos, because I tend to do challenge videos multiple times just because they're so fun to do. So if there's anything you see in that build that you want me to try in a future challenge, feel free to leave a comment here or on that video. I will always take those comments to heart and try to work them in on future builds. So this bathroom, or this bedroom with all the windows, was really hard to do just because there were so many freaking windows there, and yeah, it was just pretty difficult. So I'm really happy with how it ended up looking, but man, it was tough to do. And here I'm just kind of adding finishing touches, I think, though I did forget I think one bathroom by this point in the build, and I actually think I finished that bathroom after I concluded recording. I think I was going through screenshots and I noticed there was a room that was completely empty, so I ended up furnishing that bathroom, but I don't know if there's screenshots for it here because there were quite a few screenshots for this build because it was a ginormous build. And I'm just really happy with how this build looks. It's very clean, there's not a lot of clutter. I wanted to make sure it felt, pretty modern, and I feel like modern and clean and less clutter really go hand in hand. So yeah, I'm just overall really happy with how this build looks. I want to once again thank Three Sisters Gaming and my good friend Maggie for giving me such wonderful ideas. Both channels will be linked in the description, and I hope you check out both their content because they are just incredible channels that I highly recommend you check out. But anyways, if you enjoyed this video, then please consider giving it a thumbs up. And if you are new to the channel and you want to see more videos like this, then subscribing and clicking the bell go a long way. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.